In the modern kitchen, success is measured by what you don't hear. A handleless drawer glides shut with a motorized whisper, leaving the cabinet surface perfectly flush and undisturbed. But this level of optimization removes the physical feedback we expect from our homes. Without a handle to grasp or a latch to click, the environment can start to feel more like a digital render than a living space. To counter this, designers are reintroducing the friction of heavy, rusted, and hand-forged metals back into these pristine interiors. When flawless surfaces are the default, the mark of luxury isn't a smoother finish, it's the intentional texture of age and historical weight. Modern manufacturing spends billions of dollars fighting rust, but in the premium vintage hardware market, artisans are actively trying to cultivate it. A popular technique called a beeswax finish actually allows surface rust to bloom on the metal and then locks it under a layer of wax so it remains visible. Metalsmiths will forge an iron handle by hand and then plunge it into rapid chemical patina treatments. In a matter of days, acid and oxidizers simulate decades of harsh weather. The goal is to visually transport that piece of metal back to the pre-industrial origins we've largely left behind. When you buy one of these pieces, you are paying for a manufactured story of survival, rather than just the functional capability of the metal. This brings us to the structural theatricality of rustic architecture, and specifically the clavo. A clavo is a heavy, decorative nailhead. Today, a heavy wooden door is held together with high-strength industrial glues and hidden steel hinges. Ancient iron joinery is completely obsolete. Those heavy, rusted iron bars and oversized rivets aren't holding the door together. They're architectural jewelry designed to project a weight that isn't actually there. To maintain historical accuracy, builders deliberately rely on inefficient fasteners. They drive in slotted wood screws and antique square-cut nails by hand. Hardware makers will leave hammer marks and visible grain right on the surface. It is a deliberate rebellion against the machine-pressed finishes of flat-pack furniture. In rustic modernism, mechanical efficiency takes a back seat. The entire value of the hardware lies in its visual weight. This obsession with the past has resurrected an entire anatomical vocabulary of forgotten hardware. Designers are ordering swan neck bales, rat tail hinges, and cremone bolts. Some of these shapes come straight from 1800s appliance technology, like the swing handle used on an antique icebox. Those heavy brass levers were originally engineered to create an airtight thermal seal. Now you can buy replicas to mount on your kitchen cabinets for aesthetics. This trend is called industrial decontextation. People take highly specialized, dirty components, like factory wheels or steel machine panels, sanitize them, and mount them as luxury decor. These objects no longer do the grueling industrial jobs they were built for. They survive as status symbols of permanence in a disposable era. There is a specific interior design formula that relies on this friction, known as Scandi Rustic. It pairs icy Scandinavian minimalism, light oak and floating vanities, with heavy, matte industrial hardware. The modern wood provides visual cleanliness and order, while the rough hardware creates a subconscious sense of warmth and texture. Think of it as a balancing scale. On one side, we have the light, geometric shapes of modernism, but to keep the room from feeling unanchored, we need the heavy, dark blocks of ironwork to drop in and provide the counterweight. Contemporary minimalist design creates an aesthetic vacuum. It requires the ornate weight of forged iron to feel human. Hardware is unique because it is the only architectural element of a home that we are required to physically grasp every single day. Antique hardware, like a vintage trunk's weathered leather handle and brass protectors, was dictated by the human hand. This tactile feedback grounds our digital world. Every time we reach for a heavy, rusted door latch or a hammered cabinet knob, we are holding a beautifully flawed rebellion against a disposable world, right in the palm of our hand.